Hi, I'm Shelley. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about a reading challenge. It's not a new reading challenge. It's new to me that I'm going to be starting in a couple days, and it's called the Read What You Own challenge, and it's the 5th annual Read What You Own challenge. Begins on November 5th, and this is November 3rd, so it's a couple days away before it starts. And it was created by Ollie at Criminally, and I will link his page down below. And of course, it's the Read What You Own challenge, so it's read the books you own. It's more or less a way for people to just stop buying books. It's not really, I don't think it's considered a book buying ban challenge. It's just read more of the books that you own. So some of the things that are in the challenge, it says, well, you can go with physical, ebook, or audiobooks. Because some people, maybe they do read a lot of ebooks, and maybe they have bought a lot because, of course, they go on sale for really cheap lots of times. And maybe you have a lot on your Kindle or Kobo that you really want to get to. So and this is, you set your own target. It should be challenging but realistic. So, I mean, you could pick a certain number of books to read, or a page count, a period of time, or maybe read a certain percentage of your books, or get your TBR down to X number of books. Say if you have 200 books, maybe you want to get it down to, say, 50% or 25% read, or maybe like 50 books, 100 books, maybe you want to get half, something like that. But there is also some tiers suggested in the challenge video. There's 5 different tiers. Ranges from 10 is the lowest tier, which is 10 books or 2,500 pages. So maybe you're someone that doesn't have a lot of books on your TBR, and maybe you don't read a lot of books, so that might be a challenge for you to read maybe those 10 books before you buy any more. There's also the bronze tier, which is 25 books or 6,250 pages. There's the silver tier, which is 50 books or 12,500 pages. The gold tier is 75 books or 18,750 pages. And the highest is the platinum, which is 100 books or 25,000 pages. Now, I think I saw in the video someone has, like, if they have a lot of books, maybe they want to read 200 books or 300 books. Maybe they do read a lot. So it's up to you how many books you read. And there are exceptions that you can make. For me, well, I'm going to be focusing on my physical books that I own. I have, I think right now it's 113, but I do have a few books that I pre-ordered that are coming out in November. And I would like to maybe get most of those read before buying a lot more books. So last couple of years, I haven't read a lot. Last year I only read 69, but now this year I'm up to 67, I think. And before 2024, I read over 100 books every year. So I'm thinking, like, to challenge myself, I'm going to go with the 100 books or 25,000 pages, whichever comes first. So I think the 25,000 pages would come first because some of the books I do read are longer books. I think last year it was 69 books I read, and it was like 21,000 pages. So I'm going to challenge myself to read 100 books. I'm not going to set an exact time limit. Just before either one of those challenges completed, before the challenge starts again next November, is what I'm thinking. So some exceptions are, well, I'm going to count any rereads, if I do any rereads coming up in the next few months. Gifts, if someone gives me a book, I'm certainly not going to turn it down. From time to time, I get ARCs from publishers, whether that's a physical ebook or audiobook, so that will be an exception. Also, books from authors I love, plus books in a series. There's authors that I normally buy books from them as soon as they come out. So there's a few authors with books coming out next year. The next Finlay Donovan. There's going to be another Leigh Bardugo coming out next year, and the next book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series is a new book coming out. There is a few I listed down, but certain other authors that I normally buy from anyway, when I know they have a book coming out that I am going to purchase. But I just want to cut down on the books. Maybe if I go into a thrift store or even a bookstore looking for a certain book from author that I enjoy, and then I see something that looks interesting, or I saw this book mentioned somewhere, I just want to cut down on that, because the books keep stacking up, and then I have a lot of different interests, so I just want to concentrate on the books I have, and then maybe the ones that I don't like as much, I'll just donate, get rid of those after I read them, and then that'll make room for the books and the authors that I really do enjoy. Also, another exception, books needed for reading challenges. I like to take part in the Buzzword Reading Challenge every year, and usually I can't find a book on my shelf that has the reading challenges on the cover, some kind of picture or something, or the other challenges like certain word in the title. I normally can't find a book that I own like that, but maybe if there's a book that I'm interested in, then I will purchase it. And also the A to Z reading challenge, like the book titles from A to Z. I actually looked through my books for next year, and I do have most of the books for most of the letters of the alphabet, except maybe 2 or 3. So maybe if I haven't got my 100 books or 25,000 pages read by that time, then I will. If it's a book that I know I'm going to read right away, then I will purchase it. But other than that, I'm not going to just purchase a book that looks interesting that I'm not going to read right away. So, and also I have the Libro FM, that's audiobook book club. I have a bi-monthly credit, so once every 2 months I get a audiobook credit. But normally I use those credits for books that I actually have the physical copies and I would like to listen to the audiobook. And I also recently resubscribed 3 months ago maybe to the Aardvark Book Club, which is a Canadian company. So I'm going to keep that subscription, but I actually skipped this month because the books, they were interesting, but I didn't see anything that I would want to read right away. So I'm going to keep that subscription, but I can skip if I'm not interested in the books that month. But I will keep the subscription. And I think that's about it for the challenge. Like I said, I'll link the creator's video for talking about the challenge for this year. I'll link that down below my video. So if you already knew about it and you're planning on taking part, let me know. And if you find this interesting, you can comment down below and let me know. And or maybe if you've taken part in a challenge like that before in the past. So I know, going on full book buying bans, I think it just becomes tedious and it's not really fun if you're saying I'm not buying anything until I read X number of books. So I think the way this challenge is, you do have some exceptions that you make, and I think it makes the challenge a bit more realistic and more fun. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video soon.